This is May 20th, 2019. Today's highlighted match is champions Averno and Chessman versus Angelico and Jack Evans versus the Psycho Circus, Monster Clown and Murder Clown for the AAA Tag Team titles. Taped on July 17th, 2016 and aired on July 6th, 2016 for their TV broadcast Sin Limite. These bios will be briefer since we have 6 of them and some of these people have been covered in the past. Chessman is a Rudo who worked often with Cybernetico and got pushed as a more serious contender in the late 2000s, despite joining AAA in 1997, a decade prior. He has wrestled since 1996, having never called anywhere but AAA a home. Though he has worked independent dates, he has always been a AAA talent, which is rare to say these days with guys who seemingly never leave, like Octagon and Cybernetico, out the door. Averno started in CMLL, debuting in wrestling in 1995. In 2001, in the lead up to CMLL Anniversary, he was possessed by El Satanico to be a part of Nuevo Infernals, going from the Technico name Rencor Latino, the name he had used since 1995, to the Rudo demon Averno. When Satanico stopped appearing regularly, Averno became the leader and the group name changed to El Hios del Averno. He'd work for CMLL until 2014 when he would jump over to AAA, having lost his mask to La Mascara in 2011. Around this time in 2016, he, Chessman, and Ricky Marvin formed a stable called OGTs, or the Organización de Grandes Talentos, a stable that still exists in AAA today with Superfly instead of Ricky Marvin. OGTs is a play on words since OGTs sounds like OGTs. I'll let you look up what that word means. Monster Clown and Murder Clown are both part of the big deal stable Psycho Circus, which was led by Psycho Clown. This stable was unbeatable for a time, debuting as a group on December 14th, 2007, and having their first loss as a team on December 5th, 2010, after over 200 matches in a row without losing as a team. Later in this year, after Pagano was shaved by Psycho Clown at Triple Mania 24, the stable would break up the next pay-per-view, Heroes Immortals 10, when they instead joined Pagano. Since then, the Clowns have basically gone their own ways, but sometimes will be on the same Trios and Atomicos teams. Jack Evans made his debut in 2000, starting in Stampede Wrestling in Canada, then Ring of Honor from 2004 to 2005, before working Dragon Gate from 2006 to 2007, before finally coming to AAA in 2008, where he has worked mostly since with the exception of 2017. He is also one of the talents to work all 4 seasons of Lucha Underground. Angelico made his debut some years later in 2007, working in IWRG from 2009 to 2012 before AAA brought him in 2013, where he has worked for the next 5 years before 2018 and 2019, where he worked mostly for various indies. Both men have worked plenty in AAA and elsewhere, working 107 matches together according to CageMatch.net. Both guys seem to be in AEW at the moment, but how much they will be used or how big they will be treated in that company is still to be seen since their first show isn't until this weekend. With those bios out of the way, how was the match? Surprisingly good. I say surprisingly, not because I don't believe in these talents, but more so that the video was a certain length, and I was worried the match wouldn't feel full at the length that it was, while also featuring 6 men. So this match didn't have many breathing moments, like some big multi-man matches like this. At the tail end of this match, there's a run-in of sorts that saw Mary Apache get involved. I won't spoil it, as it's really the deciding moment for this match. Her and her sister Fabi Apache would go on to have a tag team match versus the team that Mary Apache cost the match here for at Triple Mania 24. I don't really know who I'd say was the highlight here. All 6 guys got some cool spots. My biggest complaint for this match would probably be the time that I mentioned earlier. They really could have used more time. 5 more minutes would have made this feel less like a spot fest, for lack of a better term, because nothing really breathes and we never really got time past the initial bell ring where all 6 men felt involved. I'd certainly recommend this match, and most of these 6 guys you can't go wrong with, although I'm not totally behind Monster Clown or even Chessman, although Chessman did just really have a great hardcore match with Pagano just the other night. I need to watch more Chessman and probably need to watch more Monster Clown. I saw a lot of Murder Clown in the Lucha Capital tournament that AAA ran late last year, early this year. I think it was late last year. Psycho Circus is a bit of a meme outside of the AAA fan base, but really they have been working in AAA for over a decade now, and all 3 of them from that stable can put on a good show, with Psycho Clown obviously being the main eventer that they're pushing hard in recent years, having headlined Triple Mania 24 and 25. Angelico and Jack Evans, too, looked really good here, and of these 3 teams, they're the ones that have held this AAA tag titles the most, with 4 times as of this recording. So it makes sense that they looked pretty good as a team. It makes me wonder if there's going to be any sore feelings about AAA and AEW, since they were a decently big deal team in AAA, and now it seems like they won't be working AAA anymore if they start working AEW full time. But who knows? They are friendly together, AEW and AAA. So you'd think that maybe Jack Evans and Angelico haven't been seen for the last time in a AAA ring. The reason I'd like to see this match get more time is this was a TV taping, and this was the only match of the night that had any real stakes. Everything else was just building to the next big pay-per-view event with trios and Atomicos matches and tag matches and all that jazz. So since this was the only title match on that taping, it would have been nice to see it get more time. This isn't like a pay-per-view event where AAA would have multiple belts on the line. Usually for a TV taping, there's only going to be one title match, if there even is a title match, because sometimes they'll all just be non-title matches with nothing really on the line. So I would have liked to see this get at least 5 more minutes. Could have probably even got 10, but you know, perhaps they were holding off, and the team that walked away with the belt got a bigger, better title match at the next pay-per-view. So I don't want to complain too much because I don't know the full context of the booking decisions around this taping. But still, if it really could have used 5 more minutes, and it would have really helped fit in a few more moments and allowed the match to not be so non-stop. Although sometimes people love non-stop matches, so you know, it's really a preference. That's all for today's match review. This is Lost in Lucha signing out.